What is up, brother?
What's up, bud?
What's up, Greg? How are you?
What's up?
What is up, buddy?
What's up,
What's
brother?
going on? What's going on with you guys?
Oh, how you been?
Not a whole lot. Just another day in paradise, right?
Yeah, that it is. Just sitting here at a good old casino, trying to win some money. Couldn't do a bowling today, so
Well,
What's up, Mr. Dillard?
out there trying to make it.
What's up?
yeah.
How'd you roll today, Dillard?
7:15, 7:33, and 6:37. Bad. Shoot 285 over for 9 and lose $300 in brackets.
Oh,
Sounds like my kind of day.
that one stings a little bit.
Yep.
What's up, Patrick? I got to see you bowl the other day with Queen.
Yep. It was good to meet her. She's a fun girl.
Super nice.
Yep. Hang on a minute.
What was
I'm
wrong
going to try
with
to
this
shut this
stupid
phone because I
live?
can't see the comments with this phone open.
I can't find the place to tap.
You lose, Dillard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh my fucking god, this shit's pissing me the fuck off.
What's the matter, bro?
I'm trying to find a place to tap on the damn screen, and it just keeps popping up the damn gift menu.
Want you to send gifts to everybody.
Yeah, that's one thing they won't get. They ain't getting my damn money.
I say that about all the games on here on the phones and stuff. And my wife's just like, "Oh, I spent $20 on this game." I'm like, "They got you."
Yeah, no. I refuse to put money in to play a game for free.
Yeah, I'll
Unless
put money in the slot machine for no problem. But
So you in Illinois right now?
I'm not too far from home. I'm like maybe a half hour, 45 minutes. So we're just on our way home from the tournament and decided to go to the casino.
There you go. I think Hayden's going out to
How'd you
Joel's
finish up
tomorrow.
Bradley?
Yeah.
What'd you say,
Jerry,
Mark?
how'd you end up? I was asking Jerry how he ended up finishing at the Bradley.
I finished fifth. I led qualifying, and then I got into match play, bowled against Brady Adler. He bowled a solid game. He threw the shots that he needed. I got up in the ninth frame of the last game, needed a mark to basically shut him out, and went up and hit the pocket and left a 5-10 split on a hit that normally would have carried any other chance.
Oh,
So Colbert
That's the Bradley for you. Nothing's ever a given there.
Kober was there. He saw it, and everybody was just in disbelief that I left a 5-10 on that hit. And it's just, it is what it is. You know, it's bowling. Got to enjoy it while it lasts.
right.
So,
I haven't bowled that tournament since it was in Lexington.
yeah, I've bowled it the last 4 years, 5 years since COVID. And, I mean, I've made the cashier's round every year. And all I get is people telling me, "Oh, you need to play the outside if you want to, make money in this tournament." And it's like, you guys keep telling me that, but I have the same game plan every year, going right up the middle with a 360 grit ball and just whacking them. And I make my money, so I make it a profitable weekend. And I got a guy, Jeremy Thomas, who sponsors me in it, and you just make money off of it. And
Jeremy's a good dude.
it makes me laugh when some of these people sit there and say, "Oh, you'll never do anything in this tournament if you're playing the middle," and it's like, here I am, just doing it. So
It doesn't matter where you play. You have to hit it consistently and be pinpoint accurate. I don't care what part of the lane you're playing at that.
yep,
And they say the outsides. The only time I've ever cashed at that, I cashed twice. I was standing against the bar, turn on the left lane, trying to hit 1-2 at 20 feet over the right gutter.
yeah, it's amazing on everybody's little strategy. Or drywall screens, I should say. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sound like an airplane
People-
went over.
Oh no, somebody tried calling me. It never fails. He calls me all day and talks to me. As soon as I sign on to this thing, everybody wants to call and talk. But I see people literally destroying bowling balls with drywall screens, and I'm like, you don't need all that. No, it's the only way you're going to get the ball to hook. I'm like, I don't need the ball to hook. I don't know about you guys, but I can get the ball to go right through the pins, fine.
Drywall screens is wild, dude.
Did you ever hear the George Gohagen story?
No, I don't think so.
So George Gohagen bowled the Bradley. I want to say it was my first year that I bowled it. And he didn't make the top 50 out of his squad. And he got into the Rambo squad for the 2-game total. And he was like, I don't have anything to make my bowling ball hook enough. So somebody joked with him and said, you should take your bowling ball and go rub it up against the wall, brick wall in the bowling center. So he walked outside, took his bowling ball, rubbed it up against the brick wall, like tore it up, went out there, and ended up cashing and making it to the advancers round, or the cashers round.
Well, just so you know, Monday night after the tournament, Brady ended up shooting at 8-something.
I can't say nothing. I shot 790.
I mean, he is
Regular
so
bowling when you come back from that tournament.
he was. Mark, you're cutting it out, Bubba.
Oh, I just said it makes league bowling a whole lot easier after you get through that weekend.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Well, he
Sure does.
He threw the same line. He's so consistent with his mechanics. It's the same thing over and over and over.
Yeah. That was the thing about Brady. Watching Brady bowl, I mean, he made some shots that, normally, I don't want to say normally somebody would have folded under pressure, but like he went up in I think it was the 9th frame of the last game, Sunday morning, and he left the 9-10 split. And he went and picked it up like it was an everyday thing. And then he got up against me, and he needed a double in the 10th to shut me out, and went up there and literally probably threw 2 of the best balls. And I was like, I can't be mad at I'm not mad at him. I'm mad at my hit, but that kid threw some shots that, normal people would just normally fold under pressure. And I mean, hell, in the second game, I needed the first hit in the 10th to beat him, and I went up there and wrapped the 10th and ended up losing. So, it just happens. It's bowling.
Yeah.
Well, if he would have never took that tape off his finger, he would have never won.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like a lot of crazy things that happened that day. So.
Well, I mean, like Himmler and the Block B burn throws, he was throwing his spare ball. He got so frustrated.
Yeah.
Or Rudy Rebs, he struggled, and he's a hell of a bowler.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun to bowl with Rudy, and it was fun to bowl next to Himmler. It was like 2 guys that I watched growing up, on TV, and getting to bowl next to him and talk to him, and it was actually a pretty cool weekend.
And they're genuine good people. They're not assholes. I mean, they're willing to help you,
Well, I hear all kinds of stories from Lucas, the kid that I bowl holiday doubles with. He's always telling me about stuff that Rudy does, and I'm just like, I don't understand how that man can still throw the ball the way he does at his age. And he got done bowling, and he was just like, "Nope, I'm done." He's like, "There's no way I'm throwing another bowling ball right now." It's like Saturday night was kind of rough, but it wasn't rough for me. But I was following Chad Roberts. It was basically him and I were talking and just moving.
What's up, Brittany? Iowa Pen Club Mars. How did you learn to bowl?
I basically grew up in a bowling center. My grandmother was the manager of a place called Massey's. It's in West Dundee, Illinois. It was a bowling center / bar / banquet hall / restaurant. And I didn't go to daycare. It was pretty much, they would lock me in the little 12-lane center. And if you need something, pick up the phone and call us. And, they would just let me bowl all day. And then when mechanics come in and work on the pin setters, I'd go and watch them, help them. And we just bowl all the time. My grandmother was my coach. She ended up passing away in 2005. And after that, I've been bouncing around with like Will Clark, Bill Spagner. Right now, I go to Mike Jasnow when we go to nationals. Every year I try to stop by him. And I also see a coach out here, DJ Haynes. I work with him when I'm out here, but then when I go to nationals, I go work with Mike Jasnow.
You had the nationals this year?
Yeah, we go. Joel and our teams go May 1st, 2nd. I'm going to the Storm Plant on the 29th of April, flying out to Utah. Then we're getting a rental car and driving down to Reno. It's like a 7.5-hour drive.
Yeah, that's not terrible.
No. Considering that I'm driving right now 10 hours just to go to tournaments and stuff, and I love to drive. So
I honestly, anywhere from like 10 to 12 hours, that does not bother me. I mean, I've gone longer, but 10, 12 hours is like, to me, it's like worth it.
Yeah. I always tell my wife, if I can make it in 12 hours or less, I'm driving, because by the time you get to the airport, you're there 2.5 hours early. Then you're flying, which could take like 4 hours. And then when you land and you get your luggage, you go get your car, you're talking about another 2 hours. So
Yeah.
if I can do it less than 12 hours, we'll go. We drove to Baton Rouge this year, and that was actually a pretty cool drive.
See, Mark, right after the Bradley got to turn around and bowl with Rudy Revs, and that one he did with Queen Pin Tater.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, watching it though. Yep. That dude throws the ball phenomenal for an old guy.
He gets some revs on that ball.
He does. It looks like he throws the ball 90 mile an hour. I'm like, sheesh, I can't even throw it 15.
Yeah.
That one old guy that was bowling with Himmler and Dawson, the real old guy. I don't know if you've seen him, but he's like 80, 90 years old.
Yeah, I did.
He was throwing the ball pretty quick too.
Yeah. So one thing about the Bradley I've learned is you can't throw the ball too fast. Throw the ball fast and the ball literally deflects once it gets to the pins.
Yeah. I told my daughter, I was like, we spent more time with strangers than I have my mom. My mom literally lives 2 minutes away from that bowling alley, and I haven't been to her house in 7, 8 years.
That was my first time bowling in that center, and I kind of like it. I want to go back now. See if I can go back for the Hoinky.
There you go.
I've actually never been there either. That was the first time. I've heard people say, "Oh, you need to get out there and bowl. There's some really good bowlers out there." And I was just thinking it was like maybe a little 30, 40 lane alley, but no, that alley is huge.
Yeah, it is. I didn't expect 60 some lanes.
Wow. I knew it was big. I didn't know it was 60.
Yeah, we've got a center out here, Stardust in Addison, Illinois. It's 84 lanes. And it's straight across, no beams in the middle of the building. It's just 84 lanes straight across. And they've got the biggest league that they've got in Chicagoland area. I think it's Friday nights, and it's like 56 teams.
That's nuts.
See, I have a feeling next year the Bradley's going to probably be every lane in that place.
I don't think it's going to be every lane, but I think Jason does a really good job with the 50 lanes. Um, it sucks that it wasn't as big this year than it has been in previous years. But at the same time, you can't keep changing the dates. You have to keep a date and just set it. Jason's big worry is he doesn't want to book on top of other tournaments. And I'm like, you know what, dude? If you book a tournament, you can't worry about what's going on in Iowa or Wisconsin, man. Worry about what's going on in Cincinnati. If there's nothing else in Cincinnati, go for it. The people who want to show up, they'll show up.
Right.
Well, I know, like Monday night after the Bradley, everybody in the thing was, oh, Brady won this. He won this much money. He won this much money. Well, we all need to do this next year. So, I mean, people are starting to talk. So, especially because I think he brought home four grand, I think it was.
Yeah, he brought $4,000 for second. They changed the prize fund, though. Chad got, I think it was like $6,800 or $7,000 for first because they wanted to make it a little bit more even for everybody, which, I mean, if we wouldn't have agreed losing the first round, you would have only gotten like $700. I ended up getting $900, but all in all with brackets, I made probably more than what second place made, so I was happy.
Yeah. Did you fall asleep on us?
Was it still advertised as 10 grand? It used to be 10 grand.
Yeah, it was going to be 10 grand this year.
Cameras over angle.
Yeah, it was going to be 10 grand this year, but the way he had the payouts, it was like 10,000 for first, 3,000 for second, and then like fifth through eighth didn't get much, and I forgot who it was that went through the center and basically asked if we all wanted to redo the prize fund, and I was like, yeah, sure, what the hell, why not? I'm like, just if I lose, then I'm going to get a little bit extra money, and unfortunately lost, but it is what it is. I'll be back next year.
Right.
I'm too old for all that nonsense now.
Hey, I'm getting up there. I'm 47. I'll be 48 this year. I don't feel it, but I know I'm going to be it.
You're right on my heel, bro.
I'm 52 and I feel every bit.
I just had a knee injection Wednesday, and I bowled for the first time today, and I was like, we're going to see how this feels. I actually felt pretty good, so.
Well, don't worry. I'm only 43, so I'm younger than all of you. Uh-oh, Pickles dropped.
Oh.
Pickle problems. We're used to it. His phone might have died. He said he was charging it earlier.
Yeah, when you had text messaged me, I'm like, oh, get the battery pack. We need it.
Yeah, so
I'm here plugged in the wall.
Yeah.
we're headed to Terre Haute tomorrow. I think Hayden might go get a hotel tonight. I don't want to stay in a hotel out there. I'll just drive in the morning. I'm not bowling in. I'm just going to spectate anyways.
Yeah.
Then my next goal is to get down to Nashville when Mark gets back in town.
I wish I could make it down to Terre Haute tomorrow, but with this weather that's coming, I don't want to take that chance of trying to drive out there and getting hit with it. If it was going to be clear and stuff like that, I'd have absolutely no problems going down there.
That's what I'm worried about tomorrow after we get done here in Louisville is get back to Nashville and
Yeah.
peace if the weather they're calling for.
This weather is nuts because Monday we had tornadoes. Monday we had 70s. Tuesday we had tornadoes and severe thunderstorms, and then Wednesday it snowed, and then Thursday it was like 20s. I'm like, well, somebody pissed off Mother Nature really bad.
What's happening here? We had a couple of cold mornings, and it got back up into the 70s. It'll be 70 tomorrow, and then it's going to be like 40 on Monday, and then hard freeze Monday night, and down to like 20 degrees, and then by Friday it's going to be back up to 75 again. It's like,
Yep. Yeah, it's
Mother Nature.
It's going to be 40 today, or it's 45 today. It's going to be 32 tomorrow with snow and thunderstorms, and then Wednesday it's supposed to be 60s. I'm like, I'm done with this. I want to go to Florida already.
What do I sound like right now, Britt? And right now it's 44 degrees. Tomorrow is supposed to be 72 here. And we're in the same belt line. So the weather is all over the place.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing. Oh, excuse me.
Well, let's invite the pickle guy back up. Did you drop your pickle,
Probably had to
sir?
go take her.
No, I was tapping the screen, and all of a sudden it went over to like a gift screen, and then it kicked me out.
You have to tap underneath your name. Like underneath your picture in the black box where the chat is.
I had my cheat code on.
I know, so do I.
So, Jerry, you said you're 48, 47?
Yeah, I turned 48 in May 17th. My wife and I decided to go on a cruise this year, so we leave on my birthday and we come back on hers, which is a week later. So,
You gonna come join us on the 50 tour in a couple of years?
oh yeah, definitely. Now that I'm gonna have time because I'm losing my job. So,
Oh, shit.
Oh, geez.
yeah, they're closing the plant. They're telling us June 30th. June 30th is the last production date. So, I was hoping to lose it a little bit before so I can go bowl some PTQs this year, but doesn't look like it's going to happen. So I'll go bowl the Masters in a week and then come back, see how it goes. If I do lose my job before June 30th, then I'll try and go bowl with remaining stops.
Yeah, that's the one thing that the 50s aren't happy about right now is they're putting the World Series of Bowling, they're making it a PTQ thing, and people are already hollering at them because they can't feel it as it is.
See, here's my problem with PTQs. U.S. Open, you bowled in a bowling center that had 72 lanes, you used 36 lanes. Why? And I get it that, you can't be having like the Joe Schmo bowlers bowling with the pros and stuff like that. To me, it's just all dumb. If you're the best in the world, you're going to find ways to bowl. You're going to find ways to score. I don't think with the way bowling is, you should be limiting fields. But yet here I'm being told that the prize funds for all these tournaments isn't based off of what entry fees are. And it's like entry fees have to do something to your prize fund. And they're like, oh, no, all the money from the entry fees, the PBA figures out what to do with it. It's all sponsor money that gets paid out. And it's like, do you know how much more money you can pay out if you use the entry fees towards the tournaments? And it doesn't make sense to me.
That's stupid.
Like PBA regionals. I stopped running or hosting PBA regionals because we'd raise $3,500 for the fee, and the PBA would take $3,000 and put $500 in the prize fund. I'm like, if I'm raising $3,500, why am I doing that? So I started running my own event, and all the money that we raise goes directly into the prize fund. And I've got Storm on board this year. I've got H5G that's on board. I've got a couple of, private companies. This year, Chicagoland Open, we're looking to put, I want to say it's going to be like $2,800. It's going to be in the prize fund. So, I mean, it's you got to have the entry fees. You got to have the sponsor fees. You can't just take away the entry fees in my eyes. But a lot of people tell me I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So I just keep my mouth shut.
But you get a lot of entries, right?
Oh, yeah. My King of the Hills on Friday nights in the summer, we start at 7 o'clock, $40 entry. And last year I averaged 119 entries for 17 weeks.
See, numbers matter.
Oh, yeah. The center that I run them in, last year we made them a total of $56,000 in 17 weeks that we ran King of the Hill. And the guy's like, that's more than what we made in open bowling for like the first 3 months of the summer.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm like, I've got kids that want to come out and bowl. I've got some of the college kids. I get some kids from Mount Mercy, St. Ambrose. I get kids from Iowa, from Wisconsin, Indiana. They all come up and bowl the tournaments. And then they go, oh, well, what's there to bowl Saturday? I'm like, are you kidding me? This is Chicagoland. There's something to bowl every weekend. We have something Saturday, Sunday. Some tournaments might not be worth it, but it's something to bowl if you want to make a weekend of it.
Right.
See, I wish they did more tournaments around here because we've got a pretty good foundation of bowling community here. Nobody wants to do tournaments.
The problem nowadays with like some tournaments in some areas is you got to find somebody who's trustworthy and who will be basically open with whatever you're doing. So like with us, my wife and I run our tournaments, and we do financial reports every tournament. We put it in a spreadsheet, and we tell people, if you want to see it, come talk to us. We'll put it out there for you. We don't put out what people win, just because I've had a couple times to where I've had a guy come in, bowl, make money in brackets, end up winning the tournament, and then his baby mom is calling me up going, well, he owes me 20%, so you need to pay me first. And it's like, no, I'm not in the middle of that. You need to go to him for that. So we stopped posting like how much everybody wins, and there's some people who appreciate it. There's some people that are just like, I don't care. And it's like, you know what? I'm not going to have people messaging me telling me you owe them money and that I need to pay them. That's something that you got to deal with. That's not me.
Yeah.
We get
the tournament.
There's a lot of times like on the King of the Hills on Friday nights, we'll run anywhere from like 120 to 140 brackets, and that's like $700 that should go to the tournament director, because if you take $5 per bracket, like anybody else that runs brackets. But my wife and I look at it and say, well, we don't need $700 to run a tournament. We have full-time jobs. We don't need that money, so we'll take like $200 or $300, throw it back in the prize fund. We'll pay out a non-cashing senior spot, non-cashing female. We do ball raffles. We'll buy the bowling balls with it and raffle them off. And people just love it. They enjoy it. And it's like we're giving back to the bowlers. We're not trying to take money from everybody. We try to do our best to give back as much as we can and do what's right for the bowlers instead of taking from the bowlers.
Yeah, but it's so hard to find people like that nowadays.
Yeah, well, everybody always asks me how come I don't run handicap tournaments. I'm like, it's too much work. I'd rather run scratch tournaments. I don't have to look up people's averages. I don't have to look up this, that, and another. There's a lot of people that I'm learning that, they'll bowl in leagues that will put out challenge patterns and sanction it as a regular. And, people be averaging 200. Oh, okay, well, we're going to give them 26 pins a game handicap. And then the guy goes out and shoots 760, 770, and he's getting 60 pins for 3 games. I'm not into that. I'm not going to sit there and let somebody try to take advantage of other people. And I'm not going to sit there and listen to people complain because, yes, I get it. There's some people who average 180 and they could shoot 700 and have a day. Good for them, and I'm happy for them. But then you're going to get those bowlers, and I'm guilty of it too. They're going to be like, come on, you only average 180, but yet you just shot 730?
What?
I'm leaving.
Check the weather and make sure everything's going to be good that way.
Should be.
All right? Just be careful.
I'll probably need your spare ball.
It's in the back of mom's car in the book bag.
Well, you gotta bring it tomorrow, though, don't you?
I'll probably be late. I'm not leaving at 7 o'clock in the morning. You're crazy.
Okay.
So it's in the book bag. Just grab the book bag.
Okay.
All right, be safe. Call me. Let me know where you're at.
As 6 other balls fell out.
Staying at...
Right. Huh?
Weather's supposed to be fine.
Get to the damn point.
It's supposed to be fine. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, but I think by the time we leave.
All right, well, be careful. Ciao. Peace. Okay, love you. Bye. Whatever else everybody says.
You're like the guy from The Hangover. Toodaloo.
Right. I'll call you when I'm done, Hayden. But see, Brian Himmler, he throws a tournament. It's a modified house shot out here once a year. And I don't think he takes anything from it. I think he gives it all to the bowling alley. Obviously after payout and everything. But he does a lot for the bowling community around here. So
there's a few bowling centers out here that the centers, they want to see people do better in bowling. Like Poplar Creek Bowl, the center that I go to and I practice at and I run most of my tournaments at. They're the type of center to where, like, if you're wanting to be serious about bowling and get better and you're going to go to a tournament, you can call them up and be like, hey, can you put this pattern out? And you give them 24 hours notice. The next day you can walk in and they'll have the lanes oiled for you and you can bowl on it. There's Strike and Spare and Lockport. They're the same way. Pretty soon we're going to be the same way. I mean, it's we want to see people get better at bowling, and then that's what it's all about. Poplar Creek, they see how much money we bring in for the snack bar, the bar, and everything else, and they're just like, it'd be dumb not to have the King of the Hill here, so they offer us cheap lineage, and I've had other centers be like, oh, well, we'll do $3 a game. And I'm like, hey, that's great. Poplar Creek gives me $2 a game. And they're, oh, we can't do that. Okay, well, sorry about your loss.
Well, that's good though, Ryan. We have our one up the street. If I go up on a Monday night and they're not busy, he'll put down patterns for me. But
Yeah.
all
we've
the
got
other ones are kind of.
We've got the boleros out here that they don't oil the lanes. There's some centers that don't even have leagues. They'll oil the lanes like on a Tuesday and on a Friday, and that's all they do. And
Yeah.
they're super high open bowling rates. And people go in there and bowl, and then it's like I get the general manager coming to me going, well, why don't you come here and practice? You know, the center's only 5 minutes from your house. I'm like, go bowl in a center that doesn't have oil and you charge me $4 a game, or I drive 25 minutes down the road, I get whatever pattern I want, and I bowl for free.
Yeah. Do the
So,
math.
I might not be a smart person, but, you know, if it's going to cost me the same to go 25 minutes down the road, I'm doing it.
I've noticed a lot of the boleros though they're not consistent. It's either they only oil basically one time a week, or they flood the lanes and it's not even like a pattern. It doesn't matter where you throw the ball; it just slides. It just all day long.
We've got one bolero out here, Deer Park in Lake Zurich. They want to see, you know, the center get better. They want to push for competitive bowling. They're trying to get me to run tournaments up there. And it's like I tell them, you know, I have no problem with Bolero. Bolero's doing what they're doing, and they're taking advantage of what they can, as any business should.
Right.
But when Bolero came into the Chicagoland area and they bought all the Brunswick zones out, they basically told all their league bowlers, we don't need you, get out.
Yeah.
So they went out to the private centers. Well, now Bolero's like, well, shit, we need leagues. We need people in here bowling. League bowlers won't go back to them because they don't oil the lanes. They don't take care of it. And they charge their league bowlers to come in and practice like $6, $7 a game. And they're like, why would we want to do that?
Right.
You know, I had to sit down about 4 weeks ago with the vice president of the Midwest region. And he was like, well, how come I can't get league bowlers? I'm like, because you guys basically shit on them all. You told them get out. You told them you didn't need them. So if you tell somebody you don't need them, that's something they're going to take to their grave. They're going to be like, nope, sorry. You know, and let all the open bowlers go there and spend all their money. That's cool. I'm going to take leagues and I'm going to bring in bowling and open bowlers and, you know, the ones that I can. And, you know, we're going to do what we can to bring in the business.
Sucks that Bolero. I mean, I would say we have one Bolero out of, I want to say, three or four that are like local to me that do tournaments. They do have leagues, but it's difficult. Every time they go there, they're complaining about it.
Yep.
Their payouts really not worth the drive for them.
No.
And they just basically said it's just not consistent. They'll go from throwing a 200 game and they're 220 average people to throwing a 160.
Yeah. So we've got up in the Milwaukee area, they've got a lot of Boleros. They got Wauwatosa, which is 72 lanes. And then they got AMF West, which is 48 lanes. And both centers, it just seems like they don't care. We used to bowl Wisconsin championship doubles at AMF West. And I wish I was joking, but like when we'd get done bowling, just from wiping off the bottom of your shoe, your hand would turn black. And there was one, like Wisconsin championship doubles, Michael James and Glenn Schwant, they run that tournament. And they do a phenomenal job, and they try to give back as much money as they can. But we went in there one time, and I literally got on the approach. I went to go slide, and I looked down on the approach because I stuck, and I went, is that cake frosting on the approach? I'm like, are we kidding? So we call the counter and tell the girl at the counter, and she's like, oh, just get a napkin and wipe it up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what? I'm like, no. I'm like, get your ass off behind that counter and come over here and wipe it up. And they didn't like that, we were there. And the one girl's like, I'd rather be much having open bowlers here. There's less bitching and complaining. I'm like, and then you wonder why you can't get league bowlers.
Well, it's Yeah, and it's not even about bitching and complaining. That's a safety hazard, right? Someone falls and breaks their neck because they stuck on the approach. Then what? You're gonna be liable for someone?
Yep. Yep. At the LBC, you guys have heard the LBC tournament, right?
Yeah.
We bowled on a squad where one of the girls that was bowling next to us, she went up there to go throw her ball. She stuck on the approach and literally rolled her ankle. And when I say rolled her ankle, her leg did things that your leg's not supposed to do.
Ooh.
They ended up carrying her off the approach, bringing her back. The district manager was there, and not once did he come back from up behind the counter, and the general manager didn't come out from behind the bar. She didn't come out from behind the bar because she didn't know, but as soon as she found out, she brought out ice. But the district manager sitting there watching it, and he was just like, what do you want us to do? And I'm like, it's one thing that, it's hot outside. The air conditioning should stay on in this building, especially with this big of a tournament. And you guys turn it off in the middle of the night and only turn it back on at 8 o'clock in the morning when we start bowling at 9. It's not going to cool off in time. It's going to be tacky and,
Yeah.
So that was one of the big complaints that we had last year. And there's a lot of people that won't go back and bowl it because they just don't take care of the center.
Yeah, that's a shame.
We don't have any boleros and probably won't in Nashville. So
Sal wants me to tell you guys about the story about Pittsburgh. It wasn't New Jersey. It was Pittsburgh. We bowled in a Baker tournament. And it was 32 teams. We bowled 32 games of Baker. There was a 50-lane center. And when we started bowling, we got into like game 3. It was like 10 o'clock in the morning, and they put a birthday party 2 lanes away and left lanes 41 through 50 open. And when I asked the guy at the counter, I'm like, well, how come you didn't put the birthday party like on 49.50? You got a tournament here. It's $10,000 for first. We're bowling for a lot of money.
Right.
Why did you put the birthday party right next to it? And he was like, he goes, well, 41 through 50 is for the league. I said, well, what time does the league start? He goes, 7 o'clock tonight. I'm like, dude, why aren't you putting them down there? He goes, the mechanic doesn't want to re-oil the lanes, so once they're oiled, we just let them sit. I was like, man, tell that mechanic to get a new damn job. I'm like, there's no way. And then we had Deadwood, and the guy literally, we had Deadwood on, I would think it was like lane 23, and we had Deadwood on 24, or 23, sorry. Deadwood on 23, one in the left gutter, one in the right gutter. The guy walked down the ball return cap and kicked the one on the right gutter down and baseball slid head first down the lane to get the one in the left lane, and then threw it down the lane and took out the 10 pin that was standing. And I looked at the guy and I said, now, why did you do that? And he goes, well, I didn't want to walk on the lane and slip and slide all over the place. He goes, so I figured if I just slid on my stomach, it'd be okay. I said, first day? And he was like, no, I've been here for like a year. And I go, you're an idiot. And I said, now you got to respot the 10 pin on 23. And he goes, why? He's like, I knocked it down. I'm like, because we have to pick that up as a spare. And he just looked at me like, oh, okay. So then he goes and tells the mechanic. And then somebody threw the ball and hit the rake. Ball was sitting on the left gutter. And the guy goes walking down the lane, scooting his feet across the lane, right on the left side of the lane. And we had to finish on that lane the last game. And we were lofting the ball probably about 15, 20 feet down the lane just to get it to not hook so early.
I wonder why.
Yeah, it was quite comical, but it was a fun tournament. But
I wonder if he still works there.
I hope not. Yeah, I hope not.
Yeah, if that was a year in, he's probably running the place now.
Yeah,
Well, I know the one alley right up here, like 2 seconds away, is like a mini arcade / pretend bolero. They don't even use
Fun center.
bowling oil. Yeah, they don't even use bowling oil. They use cooking oil.
Jesus.
What?
I'm dead serious. I mean, it's like 60 mils, and they oil it every 3 months.
Bro.
That ball just slides and slides and slides. The approaches are slippery as shit.
I bet.
I mean, literally, the last time we bowled there on their fresh oil, we couldn't throw the ball over 2 miles an hour or it wouldn't hook.
Yeah.
Then Hayden went up there during the summer, and they don't oil at all during the summer. And he was throwing a spare ball, and it was hooking 40. I was like,
We
damn.
we got a center out here where they put out a thing saying that if you threw 10 in a row, it didn't matter if it was the front 10 or the last 10, they'd pay you $1,000. And the mechanic went out there, and every time you go and bowl, like open bowling, they'd put like a 47 or 48-foot pattern out there. And they told you, it didn't matter how many games you bowled or whatnot, just if you got front 10 or last 10 or 10 in the middle, it didn't matter. We'll pay you $1,000. And one guy went out there and he bowled like 4 games, burnt up the outside, and threw the front 10. He goes, "Yeah, can I get my $1,000?" And they're like, "Oh, we'll give you a gift card for $1,000." And he's like, "What?"
Oh,
It's like,
bro.
no. I've got so many stories in bowling centers out here, private and big corporation owned. Well, Valero's not even the worst of it. Main Event, they're pretty good out here, but like not Lucky Strike. What is it? Strike 10.
Yeah.
They're another one out here that just. If you're serious about bowling, don't go there. Don't go to any of those centers. Main Event's about the only one that you can go and have a good time, and they oil their lanes every day at least.
One on here that I want to go visit in person because my father-in-law lives down there. It's called Faith Chapel in Birmingham. It's a 12-lane center inside of like a church dome.
Yeah.
It is a
Yeah.
really-
I just saw a video of that this past week. That looks pretty cool. Just
There's
got
a place.
check that.
There's a place in Louisville, like a little 12-lane center that was just refurbished that I want to go bowl at. I think that'd be a cool place just to go have fun. It's old wood lanes, but they're really good taken care of lanes, and I don't remember what the name of it is, but I'm sure if I find it out, I can go ask somebody down in Louisville and ask them. They'll tell me.
I'll find out because that's where I'm right now. I'll find out while I'm here.
There's one in Paducah, Kentucky that looks pretty old, but it looks like they maintain it very well. Cardinal Lanes.
That's one that Strike and Spare owns. The Schmidtos own the ones that I bowl in and work the pro shop in.
Okay. So you probably know
Yep.
Elizabeth then.
Same owner as owns Western Bowl up there in Cincinnati. Same people.
Oh, okay. That makes sense because Western Bowl they're actually taking a lot better care of that place than it used to. It looks like they're doing a lot of remodeling to it too.
Well, let me just say, I want to smack whoever it was that thought it was a good idea to put brand new bowling pins on the week of the Bradley.
That's a great idea, by the way.
Yeah.
How was that carried?
It's like we walked in Friday night. I looked at Joel and I go, "They put brand new bowling pins in just like the other day." And he was like, "You're kidding me." I said, "No, that's what the guy at the counter told me." And he was like, "I'm going to smack somebody." I'm like, "Well, this is going to be a 10-pin city now."
Bro, like when you walk into an alley and you just see bright, shiny pins, you're
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah.
I like new pins, but I don't even need to see them to know they're new. All I got to do is walk in and listen.
Listen.
There's a distinct
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I like the twister pins. I'm one of very few people who like twister pins.
Oh, you and Steve would be boxing right now.
Oh, I love twister pins. The only reason why I can say I love them is because I got 2 PBA regional titles in the centers that use them. So.
The head pin goes off the wall 3 times to take out the 10.
I've seen with twister pins where you throw the ball and you get the messenger to come flying across, and it'll hit the left pin, kickback, bounce across the lane, hit the right one, and then just roll back across the lane. And probably one of the coolest things I've seen happen.
Double messenger.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've seen them bounce. I've seen the head pin come off 3 times before it got the 10 pin. The left wall, right wall, left wall, then come back.
Yep.
It's nuts.
I like twister pins. I mean, they're easier to pick some spares up with.
Yeah.
I threw at.
It's hard to keep low on strike on first balls. It's hard to keep those pins grounded. I guess going backwards, they want to go up.
Yeah, we want to fly.
See, I picked up a 6, 9, 10 the other day, and I barely hit the 9 pin. I mean, like it looked like the wind knocked it over. It bounced a few times. After that second bounce, it popped up, hit the 10. The 10 fell over and hit the 6. I said, I'll take it.
Man, we had at the center we bowled at today. I don't know if I sent Cobra the picture. I destroyed a bowling pin today.
Yeah.
I got smashed the pocket, left the 7-pin. I threw the ball at it. And as soon as the ball hit the 7-pin, you heard this loud noise, like weird noise. And we all kind of looked at each other and like, oh, well, the next deck came down. The guy threw a strike. The next deck came down. We look at the 6-pin, and the head of the pin is just like this.
Crooked.
It's like mechanic comes up to me, and he was like, I'm guessing you did this? And I'm like, I think so. And he goes, you can keep it. So we brought it home.
Nice.
What's up, Brody?
Like, I can fix it. Just give me some glue. Be all right.
Yeah. In all honesty, it's the second pin that I broke in the last 2 years. I've split one right down in the middle, and then I broke the one today.
Mrs. McFizzle. Tough girl.
So I switched that mark to coming more by my foot and leaving the ball a little bit like more relaxed on my hand. I cannot throw an asymmetrical ball right now because it just hooks too much.
Amazing! It's amazing what happens when you get you come around the side of it and get it down close to your ankle and stay under it.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to probably get all new balls re-drilled.
You make some really good improvements in a short amount of time just by doing that.
Yeah, I just got to get consistent now. I mean, still leaving one pin.
Well, you said you bowled like the next day when you went out. You said you bowled like 6 games and you averaged like 230.
Yeah, but when it gets down to league, I drop down to the 180s. I don't know why. I think the difference is I can stay in a rhythm when I'm open bowling. When I sit down, I struggle.
Do you physically sit down?
Yeah, oh yeah.
See, that's one thing I will never do. If I'm in league, I do not sit down. I will stand the entire time. There's no sitting down between shots.
Well,
Depends on how.
Close to your age and even up to my age, you'll realize that sitting down is like you're taking a chance with the rest of your evening because you may not be able to get back up again.
Right.
It all depends on how I'm bowling. If I'm bowling good, I won't sit down. If I'm bowling bad, I'll sit down and take the break and relax a little bit.
I mean, it depends, of course. But for the most part, man, I do not. I don't understand how people like sit down, get up, sit down, get up, sit down, get up. That to me is like I want to stay warm. I want my legs to stay hot. You know what I mean? Sitting down and getting back up, I'm like my legs basically they probably collapse underneath me. No lie.
See, for mowing, standing on the sulkies all day, there ain't nothing better than sitting down.
I get that.
Yeah, now let me ask you this, because somebody asked me this today, and I laughed because we watched this guy do it. If you have, let's say, the front 6 or 7, and you have to pee, do you go or do you hold it until you're done?
No, hold it all day.
We had a guy today that had the front 8, and he was like, man, I got to pee so bad. He goes, I'll be right back. I said, okay. He goes up there. He goes to the bathroom. He comes back and stones an 8-pin. And we all laughed at him, and he goes, shouldn't have went to the bathroom. I'm like, I wouldn't have.
Yeah, dude, no. If I'm on a run,
been like, nope.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. If I'm on a run, no, I'm gonna finish until it doesn't happen. You know, like, come on, man.
Yeah.
I thought it was a rule for everybody.
No,
it's not for everybody.
Y'all may be stepping in it. So,
What? You're not wearing your sponsored Depends, bro?
no, no shipment hasn't come in.
Just tap some rosin on your pants. You'll be okay.
Don't worry, it's just rosin. I swear.
Yeah.
People be asking some questions, bro.
I don't know. I can't get past the first frame, so I don't see the eighth frame coming anytime soon.
If I can get past the third frame, Cover's a witness to that one. Bradley, I would go like every game. I'd start with like the first two, third frame. I'd either wrap a 10 or leave a 7.
For some reason, these houses around here are corner pin heavens. I don't know why. I mean, they just, you're going to leave a 10 or a 7 regardless.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Joel, he was throwing great shots and he was leaving 10s and 7s.
Yeah. He had one where I think he split the 8-9 and he left a 10 pin. And we were all like, seriously?
Yeah.
And if y'all haven't seen it on here, go search bowling 8-9 and watch the guy go between the 8-9 on his first ball.
Oh, I did see that.
On 8-9.
Yep.
I'm like, that's when you
that.
pack up the bag and you go to the truck and you go to the house.
Yep.
I'm done.
5, 7, 10 is the one for me. If I ever leave that, I'm packing my shit up and going home.
Yeah, 5, 7, 10 is
No.
rough, man.
Not even picking.
If I ever left the 5, 7, 10, that ball was thrown in the garbage, and I did it once. It was with an old, y'all probably don't even remember, y'all aren't old enough, but the old Matrix 3 from Ebonite, left 17 and leak with it. On the way home, it didn't go in the trash. I stopped at the Stones River Bridge, got off, and that ball go right where it belonged, right in the river because it was a boat anchor.
Yep.
Bro, I found a bowling ball floating when I was kayaking here in Florida. I'm not kidding. I was paddling away. And I'm like, what is that floating in the water? And I paddled over to it, and it was I believe it was an old Columbia 300.
Well, you know why it was there. You didn't need a story. It was Mark's. It just floated that far down.
It looked pretty old.
They got a bowling center out by us that closed down. It was right next to the river, and they redid the bridge and they stopped the water flow going through. And when they stopped the water flow and they got all the water out of there, they said that they had to pull out 3 dumpsters worth of bowling balls that were in the fucking water.
I saw that. I did see that.
Yeah, we had that out by us, and I was just like, seriously? And we're talking old rubber balls, and I'm like, man, they were getting pissed back in the days. I've had it to where I wasn't on staff with Deviate yet, but I had a Hellraiser Revenge, and I bowled the tournament, and I needed the first hit in the 10th to win, and I pocket 8-10. The ball deflected so bad. I grabbed the ball, I walked to the back, and I threw it down on the ground and apparently hit the corner of the step, cracked the thing right in half. I was like, I've never done that before.
See, out here you see a lot of 1-7-10s.
Yeah.
It's one thing I've never left. I've left it all, but not that.
I almost saw a pocket 7-9-10 last weekend in Kenosha.
Ooh.
Guy threw the ball. Guy threw the ball, and it went sideways through the pins, and 7-9-10 was standing for a minute, and a messenger came across and took out the 9-10, and I was like, that's another one that I'd probably pack my shit up and go home.
Yeah.
Who was the video of at the U.S. Open that left the 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 10? He took the 4, 6, 8, 9 out of the full rack.
Oh, that was Chris Vi. That was during practice.
Yeah, I couldn't remember who it was, but I saw that and I went, okay.
He threw the ball. He was standing left and seeing how far left he can get. He took out the 6-9, and something bounced out of the back, hit the 8-pin. The 8-pin fell forward and hit the 4-pin.
Craziest thing I've ever seen.
Yep.
I guess that was a little too far left.
Just a little bit. As Bob Euchre would say, just a bit outside.
I wonder if I could make this work. Nope.
So how's bowling going for you, Mark?
I'm Well, last weekend in Asheville, we missed the cut by 25 pins and had 14 open frames in 7 games. If that tells you anything.
Ouch.
57% spare ratio. That's not going to give you any money. I strike with that. I actually had an 8-strike game where I shot 199. Doing well.
Those are the fun days.
I hate those days. It just aggravates me with both.
Those are the fun days, though.
Well, let's get this fun days out of our system before the national tour starts.
Yeah, I'm wanting to get all my bad bowling out of the way so when we go to nationals, we have a good year again this year.
There you go.
And I honestly feel the team that we have, we can win an eagle. It's just a matter of we need to get past the first game because out of the 3-4 years that we've all bowled together so far, we haven't had one first game out of the 3-game series over 900 or over 1,000. Last year we finished 11th. We went 990, 990, 1280, something like that. No, sorry, 1180.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it was wild. The middle of the second game, I think we all opened in the 5th and 6th frame because we missed the transition. One guy was throwing urethane right up first arrow, and he had a look, and then all of a sudden it just went nowhere.
So who's your nationals partners this year?
This year on our main team, it's me, Joel Eisen, Tyler Tornow, David Cole, who David finished second in all events last year, and then Emma Wren. Emma's one of the top female bowlers in Illinois. And then our companion team is Sam Esposito, who shot 900 before. He's Mr. 900 or 899 plus one, like I like to call him. Got Corey Schmidt from Madison, Kristen McKinty from Chicago, Elliot Smith. I think that's it. So we're 2 really good teams. We all work together really well. We enjoy the time together. Elliot's a new addition to the team this year. Oh, and Scott Tapley. Scott Tapley's on our team too.
Good lineup.
Yeah, it's a good team. It's a fun team. I think we've finished in the top. The last 4 years, we finished in the top 40 or better. Last 2 years, it's the top 25. So we finished 23rd 2 years ago. We finished 11th last year. So we have fun. We go out, we practice, we talk, we work together. We all basically bowl in the same area, with the exception of Joel. And he comes out here when he can so that we can all bowl together, hang out, and enjoy the time.
The only reason I'm going this year is because it's something my son he's in college and plays hockey and he bowls in the summer when he's home, but he likes to go to this. It's an experience for him, and I just go to hang out with the family because my wife bowls too, and we kind of do it together. Yeah. I do like being in the senior brackets. Those are nice.
I got 2 years before I'm in senior brackets, so
Now,
actually 3.
I think I went 630 and 670 in doubles and singles last year, and I think I made about $4,000 or $5,000.
When you're in senior brackets, are you required to walk in with a cane? Cane or hug around?
Did it last year, so they didn't get me for it. They do so.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, just
I know
around.
there's dress requirements. I didn't know if PBA 50 had other requirements.
It'll be hard to get my bowling stuff out from the back behind the lanes with a cane. So I'm gonna have to get them to let me have a scooter. That way I can drag them behind.
Like Amazon carts.
Yeah.
So Mark's going to bowl with you, Pickles, and Mark's going to be Bob Barker, and you're going to be Adam Sandler.
Price is wrong.
Price is wrong, bitch.
Yeah, I'll be heading to nationals end of March, so a couple weeks. Got to actually sit down with the wife tomorrow and figure out last minute plans because she's gonna be traveling. I'm gonna be traveling kind of same time.
It's the month I'm
Sorry if we
looking
get bumpy.
not looking forward to it at the same time. Excited to get out and bowl the U.S. Open for the seniors and bowl the West Coast swing, but to drive from Nashville to Minneapolis, back to Nashville, to Greeley, Colorado, to Reno, back home, then back to Oklahoma. I'm not looking forward to all that driving. It's not going to be fun.
Yeah,
That's a lot of driving.
Yeah, that's a lot of driving.
And unfortunately, from what I hear, we aren't going to have a tour truck until the kids are done, which is really going to suck for us.
See, that doesn't. Why would you book the schedule on top of each other?
I don't have any idea. So I was looking forward to taking some other smaller car and having the truck haul my equipment around, but that apparently is not going to happen now. So
No. I don't miss those days, that's for sure.
All right, Pickles, how has your bowling been going, sir?
It's actually been pretty decent. I've been multiple weeks over 600 series. I just started throwing the Serpent today, which is the first hybrid I've thrown probably in well over 5-6 years. Not so bad. It was actually a pretty good day with it. I know I didn't line up well with the what was it, the Hammer Statement. That was the last hybrid that I had, and I hated that ball. I absolutely hated that ball. But I've been bowling pretty good. The Apex Solid, man. I'm throwing solids so consistent that I'm kind of putting myself into just a solid ball arsenal as of late, but it's working.
Hey, real quick, Greg Young said as a travel or insurance agent, you shouldn't see his client driving and be on TikTok. I'm not driving. Kelly's driving.
Call State Farm.
I might do some dumb stuff and text and drive once in a while, but I don't do the video stuff.
Bro, I drive for work, and I'm not kidding. Everywhere I drive, this is all I see.
Yeah. I used to be really bad at texting and driving, and I've gotten better with it now, especially like when I go on long drives and I got other people in the car, I won't do it. You know, if I'm on a highway and there's no cars around it, I'll answer a text real quick. But
Yeah.
I got a violation warning.
Well, I heard there's
Content contains themes that some find uncomfortable and has been restriction, dangerous activities and challenges. No, sorry, I'm not driving.
It's asking me to remove you because of it, so that's stupid. So just, if you can, just turn your camera off.
Okay, I can do that.
No, just make it a green screen background. Just do a straight green screen background.
Yeah, that too.
I'll just do it this way. This way you don't have to see me bouncing around.
So we had a swag ball come in the shop yesterday, and I sent a picture of it to Pickles, and his eyes raised.
Yeah, it was I think from 2000, I believe.
What? I can't. Is that thing like really called the Geek Name or something? I
Yeah,
couldn't read that.
yeah.
I didn't even know what that was. I saw it, and I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, I want to say 2020. I want to say, it's older. It's definitely older.
Which is wild, because I see people driving all the time anymore on TikTok.
I do. I see it all the time on their lives.
I don't see many live recording videos while they're driving, but
I have. TikTok's been a little off as of recently, though, for sure. Views have been a lot lower across the board. I think the last couple of weeks for a lot of people. Some videos aren't even getting posted. Some videos are getting like thrown to reviews, and then they're just lost.
Or when they do approve it, it just doesn't get pushed at that point because it's past the first 45-minute threshold test.
Right. Yeah.
This app is failing more and more every day. What can you do?
So Pickles, have you talked to Big Gab lately?
I think I talked to him a few weeks ago.
I tried to call him yesterday, and he sent me a voicemail. And he hasn't called me back and texted me or nothing. So.
He was in here earlier, but he didn't say nothing. I seen him pop in.
I wanted to text him and give him crap. No, you got a girlfriend now, so we don't exist anymore. So that works.
I knew it was coming. It's all right.
That's all right. I don't blame him. She's probably way better looking than we are. So.
Even if she's split, she's better looking than we are.
Don't hurt Pickles' feelings, man. Come on.
Sorry, bro. I still don't think you're in the equivalence of cute.
Nope. I don't want to be either. Not by any means.
You don't want that attention.
Nope.
I don't know. He does live in Florida.
Don't even tell. No, I'm not even going to go there.
Hell, I'd love to be in Florida.
I like the weather. The people are a little iffy now. It's getting a little wild down here. That's for sure.
I'll go to Southeast
Yeah, I saw
Texas.
Crystal Elliott's post.
Yeah.
Crystal Elliott had that post saying that if you planned on moving there, don't because it was full. If you planned on coming there for vacation, make sure you leave.
Yep. Everyone. I see posts like that all the time. But honestly, it's yes, it's full. Don't get me wrong. But the crazy here is it's a different level. It's absolutely a different level.
Yeah.
It's like circle the field down there talking about Florida drivers. I will put our drivers in Nashville up against anybody's drivers any day for the worst.
Nashville drivers are wild.
I will say Atlanta's up there. Pretty much every part of Michigan's in there.
Yeah.
And everywhere in Florida is definitely a part of that group.
The thing that I agree about Michigan, you can't make a left turn anywhere. You got to go up past it, make a U-turn, and come back.
That's Florida.
Hey, it's better than Jersey. Jersey, you got to make a right turn to make a left turn.
Ohio, you can't even make U-turns.
Well, you can. You just can't get caught.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can do anything you want as long as you don't get caught. Right.
They've got so many cameras on the highways around here nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
You'll get a
CCTVs
ticket in the
everywhere.
mail. But
Some of those towns that have the cameras all over, they can't afford to fix the roads, but they can have the cameras all around.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Nashville doesn't have any cameras, and they still can't fix their roads. We're like the pothole capital of the country, apparently.
They can afford the rental for all the barrels because they don't have their own barrels. They have to rent those. They can afford all that, right? And then just let them sit there for a year.
see, I don't understand that. They have them barrels for the past 30 years. They shouldn't have to be renting them anymore. They should own the some bitches.
Yeah.
I heard there was one city that they don't even own their own parking meters. They are leasing their parking meters from another company. And the company basically did the lease so that way when they actually own the meters, they've already made like $400,000 on top of the $40 million that they're going to get paid for those meters.
They're probably outsourced to China.
It's it's such a scam. It's fucking.
Well, it's just like Illinois with the tollways. Illinois doesn't take control over the tollways.
Yeah, I honestly we have tolls all over here in Florida.
Yeah.
I avoid them like it's the plague, of course, because number one, it's not faster when you use them. Because we have tollways, then we have expressways. The expressways go from 2 lanes to 1 lane. So how's that any faster?
Yeah.
Like literally just bottlenecks it at a later date, and then it pushes you into the main traffic. It's no faster. They're literally getting you for like $7 to go maybe 10 miles.
Yeah. Well, it's like Illinois. They just raised their tolls now because, J.B. Pritzker can't control the spending for the government. And
Got to make
he's
up the money
outdoing
somewhere.
himself. So they had to make more taxes and create more ways. And now Chicago wants to have a social media tax where if you're on social media, you got to pay tax to the city. And
I heard that as well, which is crazy.
yeah, it's stupid.
I heard they were going to also try to start taxing like other platforms, like additional taxes towards Netflix and streaming platforms of all natures.
Yep.
Because a lot of people are trying to get rid of like the whole cable, and they're doing everything through Wi-Fi. So now they're going to try to tax on top of that. That's crazy, dude.
Yep. Yeah, and then now it's the city of Chicago is talking about they do like the tax on the plastic bags. You got to pay. I think it's like 10 cents per bag. And now people in Chicago, when they go grocery shopping, they bring their own reusable bags, and now the city of Chicago wants to tax them for those. Every time you use a reusable bag, you get taxed.
You bring your own stuff to carry your own stuff, and then they want to tax you on the stuff that you bring.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild, all the taxes that we have.
So we're gonna walk in the bowling alley, and since we brought our own bowling balls, we're gonna get taxed more for our bowling balls and our shoes.
You brought your own shoes? Cool. We'll still have to charge you $4 for rentals.
Right. Be like, can I at least get the spray that you guys use, man? Come on.
There's a center it's not even a center. It's like one of those entertainment places in Rockford at Cherryvale Mall that you cannot use your own bowling ball and you cannot use your own bowling shoes. You have to get rental shoes and you have to use the house balls. Because according to the manager that runs the place, your bowling shoes will ruin the approaches.
What kind of approaches they got?
Synthetic ones. They got Brunswick Anvilines.
Made of ramen? Like, how brittle?
We had some friends go up there when it first opened, and they were like, "Oh, do you need?" They're like, "We don't need shoes. We've got our own shoes." And the manager's like, "Nope, can't use them." He's like, "You got to use our shoes." And they were like, "What?" I was like, "That's news to me."
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
No food, no drinks, and no outside shoes.
And bowling balls. God forbid you show up with a bowling jersey from an outside. Oh, my Lord.
You didn't order that here, sir. You got to leave.
I'll go wear my bikini jersey.
They're going to make you buy a shirt that has their name on it. You can only bowl if you have that shirt on, sir.
I'll walk in with my mankini shirt.
I'm here to bowl.
Hey, Nicholas, how's your jersey?
I love it, dude. I get a lot of compliments on it, too, by the way.
That's cool. We're making one for Cobra.
Nice.
In fact, I got to find out what's going on with that.
I showed him mine, and he goes, "Yeah, let me call my guy real quick."
I got to call him and find out. They haven't sent me the proof for that one yet, so I'll have to call him and find out what's going on with it.
There's a lot of detail in that one, for sure.
Well, they had asked me if you could get the design off the T-shirt, or if that was like something that you like made offline or something. And I was like, no. I said I think that's something that he just found online and wants it similar. And he was like, all right, I'll do what I can.
I got that off ChatGPT. I created it through it.
Oh, okay.
So there is no copyright on it.
Right. Well, he wasn't worried about the copyright. I guess it's with the system, trying to get it from the picture to the T-shirt.
Right.
So, yeah, I'll call him on Monday and find out.
I mean, if not, I might be able to put it back into ChatGPT and reverse it back out to get like a layout to it, maybe.
If you can, try that, and then I'll send it to him.
I might even have it. I might even have it on my phone because I remember you sending it to me too.
Yeah,
So-
it just takes forever to get ChatGPT to do what you want it to do sometimes.
Yeah, I'll look through my phone too because I know you
Nate,
sent it to me.
Nate, what is in August in Missouri? Jerry, do you know? He's asking both of us.
Missouri in August.
No, I don't know what's in August.
Thank you, Mark, for keeping up with the chat.
Oh, Kevin Williams' doubles tournament.
Oh yeah, over at is it Enterprise?
Springfield.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Springfield. It's Enterprise. My son goes to school at Missouri State in Springfield, so I knew about that one. It was the week before Labor Day, I think. Weekend before Labor Day, I believe.
Enterprise.
Yeah, it's at Enterprise.
I know
yeah.
we're gonna try to go.
When is it in August?
21st and 22nd.
It's the weekend before Labor Day. That's what happens when you get old. You can't even remember what you said 2
Yeah.
seconds ago.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like an 8.5-hour drive for us.
See, it also helps with bowling because you don't even remember what the last ball that you threw.
You have no telling how many times I get up and forget where I've been standing on any perch. You never think about it.
It's like clear
Hey,
the
I
mind. Oh
experienced that
wait,
not too long ago.
Do what?
where was I?
I said I experienced that not too long ago. I was bowling and was talking with somebody, and I got up on the approach, and I looked at the approach, and I was like, "Where was I standing?" I'm like, shit. And then I go up and threw my ball, and I got a strike, and I'm like, I guess right.
I usually figure out when I go for a stand like when I get set and I look at the arrows and I go, wait a minute, my angles does not look right for where I'm aiming.
Right? I've been there.
Jerry, I have the original photo that I put into ChatGPT to create it as a
Okay.
jersey.
Just shoot me a text with it, and I'll send it in and see if we can work with that.
All right.
So Nate, next year, if you're only 45 minutes away from Springfield, next year you need to go catch a Missouri State D3 game and watch my kid play. Hockey.
Are they allowed to fight in college?
Oh yeah.
No, they're automatically ejected. They're automatically ejected and in one game. And you don't want to fight in college anyways. You're wearing a steel face mask.
Yeah, but you don't rip that off.
No, they're
Come
strapped
on,
on. You
man.
can't. Have to. You
Oh.
literally have to.
Our sports are getting so soft, bro. Honestly, I wish we had full contact bowling. Defense.
Could you imagine somebody getting ready to throw their 10th ring, getting ready to get a 300? You see Pangles come across and just tackle him.
Y'all not seen that bowling commercial from back in the day where the ladies are bowling, one lady
Yeah.
picks up and the other lady
Tackles.
I had somebody tell me one time they're like, there's no defense in bowling unless you throw a sanded ball down the lane. I'm like, oh, there is, and they're like, no, there isn't. And then it was like 3 frames later, somebody goes up there and throws their ball, and they're like, man, what is that smell? And I'm like, I told you there's defense. Go up there, I have gas, let it go.
B Circle, I guarantee you the night at the Bradley, Mars would have took out Brady if he could have.
Yeah.
I've never seen a man leave so fast. He packed his shit and he got the hell out of there.
Yeah.
He got
I was-
probably an hour down the road. He said, "Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to leave without saying goodbye." I was so
Like,
pissed
damn.
off.
I was sitting there, I looked at Darren, and I go, shit. And he goes, what? And I go, I forgot to say bye to Cobra. And he was like, oh, damn. And I was like, yeah. I was like, I literally got done bowling. I don't even think it was 3 minutes after I was done. I was already out the door and driving.
I've been there.
You weren't pissed enough to leave your stuff there, were you?
What's that?
So you weren't pissed off enough to just leave your shit in the bowling center and just leave.
Honestly, I was going to leave 2 bowling balls there for Cobra, and I forgot to.
We've got a guy, left-handed guy, it's Aaron Martin. He's going to turn us in bad enough. He goes, nope, somebody can have it. I'm out of here. Walk right out the door without him.
Yeah, I've had tournaments to where I've bowled and I've taken bowling balls and just dumped them in the garbage can and watched people go and take them out and then they go throw them and they're like, man, this is one good bowling ball. I'm like, yeah, no, not for me.
Honestly, if I have a bowling ball that I do not like and I am fed up with it, I will definitely leave it on a rack for someone to, because then if you bowl, you know what you're looking for, right? And if you
Yep.
find that gem on a rack, it's
Yep.
gonna walk out the door.
Yeah. Did you guys ever hear about my ultimate fry out at Nationals?
Oh no.
So at Nationals, I shot 690 in team, and in doubles, I shot seven. I think it was like 718 or something like that. Singles, I went 240, and then all of a sudden, my ball just either wanted to hook so much or didn't want to hook at all, and I went like 140, 150,
Oh,
and I got so pissed. I was packing my stuff up, and I said, I'm done bowling. I'm not bowling anymore. I'm not even bowling the Bowler's Journal tonight. And my wife goes, you're going to bowl. And I said, no, I'm not. And she goes, yes, you are. And I go, you want to bet? And she goes, yeah. She goes, you'll change your mind. You'll put the bowling balls in the room. And she goes, you're going to change your mind. I said, okay. I took my two vice thumbs out of my little pouch thing, put them on the ground, and slammed bowling balls on them and broke them. And she looks at me and she goes, what'd you do that for? And I was like, I told you I wasn't bowling tonight.
can't bowl
And
now.
then I was walking to the hotel room, and I had my two 3-ball totes and my 2-ball tote. And I was walking down and I saw some guy wearing a Brunswick shirt. And I'm like, do you throw Brunswick? And he goes, yeah. And I go, here. And I handed him my 2-ball tote and I walked away. I got to the room. My wife looks at me and she goes, didn't you have 3 bags? I'm like, I gave one away.
Dang.
I was so pissed. I was like, nope, I'm done. And then I got home and I walked into my buddy's pro shop and he's like, what's up? And I'm like, I need to drill new thumbs. I was like, bad time in Vegas. But I will tell you, if you drop a bowling ball on a vice thumb, man, that thing bursts into 1,000 pieces.
I bet.
So if you all bowl to Bradley next year, bring an Ion Max.
I had
It
one.
seemed to-
Asymmetrical balls didn't look good for me.
But that's what all the top guys towards the end were throwing, the Ion Max and the Ion Max Solid, I think it was.
Yeah, they were throwing the solid. A lot of them were.
Interesting unless they're going to guarantee that there will be 11 p.m. drunken pot games with plastic only after qualifying on Saturday.
Plastic.
We've done the 6-pound bowling ball pot games on a ramp. That's fun.
So what is your guys' opinion on how they're countering the urethane ban?
I think it's dumb. I can't throw urethane, so it's not going to affect me, but I think them trying to do all this stuff because you have people complaining and crying about urethane, I think it's dumb.
Well, now they're taking... Go ahead, Mark.
I was going to say that they can take your urethane away. Everybody now knows just sand your plastic ball to 360. It's the same reaction.
Yeah.
Right.
The only difference is that doesn't fry up the front as bad or as quick.
Yeah. Well, my buddy Eric Pollock, he was throwing the new Purple Hammer this weekend at the PBA 50 Regional. And I think that thing was hooking more than the original urethane. And I'm like, yep, people are going to start complaining about that one.
Oh, that 78D. That thing looks pretty good.
All right, here you go. There's the pin that I broke today.
Souvenirs.
The center gave it to me.
Pickle's picture is weird. You can see like his chair and eyes in it and a mouth. I think the chair ate Pickles.
I have a souvenir from my local bowling center in my truck still. It's a piece of the ceiling where I threw the ball through it. It's signed and dated and everything, so.
Well, I think I lost my headphones.
what they did is ridiculous. They either needed to ban it or don't ban it.
It's in your
Pick
car.
one. And
Yeah, they need to figure out what they want to do with it because, like, I think the whole rule on them doing it in college, you can use it at sectionals, you can't use it at, or you can use it at regionals, but you can't use it at sectionals, and then you can't use it at nationals. It's like, why are you going to let these kids use it all year, and then all of a sudden they're going to get to nationals and nope, can't even use it at all.
Well,
And
that's
junior
why I
gold.
see the junior golds. You can throw it during qualifying, but you can't throw it in match play. Once
Yeah.
qualifying's over, you can't throw it, which is stupid because half the guys that got there with the urethane wouldn't get there if they had to throw reactants the whole time.
Yep.
Yes, Richie at Hermitage.
I think Storm is behind that.
So, Richie, when we got to the hotel for the Bradley on that Friday, I was standing at the elevator. I'm going downstairs to go get something out of the car. And Richie looks at me and goes, "Are you Gerald Bartholomew Mars?" I turned around, I looked at him, and I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "You're friends with Joel?" I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "That's nice to meet you, finally." I was like, "Okay." I was like, and he's like, "Bowling nerd on TikTok." I was like, okay. It's funny when people come up to me and they're like, "Are you Gerald Bartholomew Mars?" And I'm like, "It's not my real middle name, so don't worry."
He had a puzzled look on his face and he goes, "Cobra, right?"
Good old Cincinnati.
Yeah. I suggest you just pass by. There ain't nothing worth staying.
I didn't realize how hilly it was.
That section, but out when you get like about 10 miles into it, it's nothing but flat land. Brittany, I'm not bowling tomorrow. I've done said this.
We wanted to go through the appearance and make the next one. And he didn't get early.
Pickles, you left, and your chair had eyeballs.
Yeah, it's because it's got pickles on it. Yeah, I had to walk my dogs. They were going nuts.
Honestly, my issue right now is all my balls have different grips in them. Some are too tight, some are loose, some are grippy, the others are slick, and I can't get a good feel for the ball, so I don't have no confidence until I get everything squared back up. So tomorrow when I'm at Joel's after the tournament, he's going to help me get it all worked back out.
Ooh, he's running a tournament tomorrow. What's the fun this time?
I think it's a March Madness type bracket thing on US Pattern 2.
No, it's on USBC team pattern.
Team Pattern 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Is he still stuck to his guns and banning urethane in all of them?
Yeah.
Good for him.
I think it's good, though. I think it makes it a little bit more competitive. I mean, his lanes hook. His lanes hook like crazy, though. So.
Yeah. One day I went there, I was throwing a couple shots, and I was literally standing way left, and he was like, "Jesus." I forgot what ball I was throwing. I think it was a Viking. I was just swinging the whole lane with it, and he was shaking his head at me.
Have you got that new Bionic yet?
Yep, I threw it today. Threw it mostly today. We bowled a mixed doubles tournament about 40 minutes away from here, 30 minutes, 40 minutes away. And I couldn't throw it the first game because it just hooked too much. And then game 3, we moved to the wild side in the center because the bowling alley is 24 lanes. First 16 is regular bowling, and then 17 through 24 is what they call the wild side, is where they do like most of their open bowling. And we got over there, and I had the most unbelievable look. Went 268, 287 with it. So
that ball, the more you throw it, the better it gets. It's insane.
Yep.
and you could play 3 lanes over and probably still hook it back.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
That ball, no matter how far left you keep going, the more that damn thing hooks.
Yeah,
It's definitely an eye catcher going down the lane too.
Right.
yeah,
Good looking ball going down the lane. I know that it shouldn't matter to us, but if you work in a pro shop, you know looks of a ball matters. So
Oh, yeah.
shelf appeal.
Well,
What do
like
you
the,
guys-
like the hazmat pearl, I like it going down the lane because you can actually see it turn. Just the way the color scheme is, you can see it all just through the fronts
Yeah.
all the way down.
You can read. You can
Pure
read
Envy's the same way.
Yeah, you can read the skip to the flip.
Yep.
Well, yep. You can see it from forward to skip to flip.
Yep.
mine has a distinct equator around it where the color patterns are different. You can actually physically see it.
Yeah. My assassin's that way. That and my praise pearl. They're both laid out the same way. As soon as it goes into its role, it shows its axis right away. What do you guys think about Columbia 300 getting pulled?
Not shocked whatsoever. And I think just if you had to ask my opinion on it and I had to put money down, I would think within the next 2 to 3 years, track will be right behind them.
Yeah, I was going to say track's probably right there for sure. I feel like they started showing signs when they when they didn't want to pay the PBA fees to be like sponsored or be able to put their names out and stuff, but everything that they're putting out and then discontinuing quickly is a pretty good sign that it's not going to stick around.
Yeah, and I hated to see it, even though I kind of figured it was coming. I hated to see it just because of how long Columbia 300's been around.
Right. I mean, honestly, like when I was a kid, that was really like one of the only options we really had. My first starter ball when I was a kid was Columbia 300.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen it coming. Once they dropped it from PBA, the numbers just haven't been there. I mean, they just released a ball not too long ago, and they pulled it like less than 30 days because it wasn't selling. I mean, it's at the end of the day, if it's not selling, there's no sense in keeping it around.
If you watch the Piranha video that they released, they gave the hint that it was done and over with because in the video they're like, our collection wouldn't be complete unless we release this. So I mean, right there just told you right there it was done.
Yeah, I kind of felt the same way. I'm glad you brought that up because I didn't know if there was many people that actually caught that. Because when I saw it, I was like, oh, they just kind of said something without saying something.
See, it's funny because when I ran my New Year's Eve tournament, somebody had told me that Columbia 300 was done. And I was like, what do you mean they're done? And they're like, they're going to release, once they release the Piranha, they're done. And I was like, oh, and then they came out with the street rally. And I was like, well, they're not going to be done yet. And then all of a sudden you started hearing mumblings about, the Piranha. And I was like, are they really going to be done? And I'm like, and then I heard the video and I was like, yep. I'm like, they're done.
Yeah.
I will disagree with Radical being next for the simple fact there are too many of the staff guys on the B7 staffers or B6 now staffers that throw Radical stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, they've got a pretty good following right now.
It's going anywhere, and I forgot his name, Opinel's partner that's been around forever. I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon. So
yeah.
I like the stealth mode hybrid I have. That ball is pretty good.
I know the Evil Eye was a big release. Tour guys love that ball, and the Vex seems to be doing really well with them too. So
yeah,
Phil Cardinale, that's right.
I don't know if or if Brunswick doesn't step up their game. Storm is going to blow them out of the water, though. With their current releases that they got, oh man, they are nasty balls.
But see, that's the thing. Like with the brands, you'll have Storm release, 2 or 3 really good ones, and then Brunswick will release really good ones. The brands, they'll go back and forth. They always have. Motive
Yeah.
has always been like that steady. They constantly release like good stuff and the eye catching stuff, and they all do their own little thing. But then they'll release like 2 or 3 good ones, and then all of a sudden they'll release one that nobody even gets excited about, and nobody
Right.
wants to throw. And like the Transformer, they all thought the Transformer was going to be like this
That-
big
that
release
whole-
and
yeah.
everything else, and you don't really see people throw it. But it's like when I throw my Transformer, I love it. I've got a pin down and I've got a pin up. I've got one where I hit the wing and one where I miss the wing, and they come in handy. And it's people don't understand that, and it's just a matter of every time they're going to release 2 or 3 good ones. Like they came out with the Phase 2, they came out with the Ion Solid, they came out with Equinox, and then they come out with a Transformer thinking that was going to be a big hit, and it wasn't as big as everybody thought it would be, but it was still a pretty good hit, and it was pushed like Iowa Pen said, it was pushed hard, and like our pro shop, they haven't had anybody come in and say, hey, can I get a Transformer?
I know that from everyone that I've talked to here down in South Florida, the biggest hiccup with the Transformer is everyone is so afraid of buying a ball that they know that they're going to be drilling into the core. And they're like, okay, if I drill into that core and I don't like it, then I'm basically throwing my money away. That's their biggest hiccup because they're like, no matter where I'm going to drill into this ball, I'm going to hit the core.
Iowa Pin Club, Transformer, hands down.
But I do know, like, a few of the pro shops around here, their number one selling balls right now are the Zero Mercies.
Yeah, both Zero Mercies are phenomenal bowling balls. I haven't yet to watch somebody throw that ball and not throw it good or like it.
I love both of mine, so
My only thing to it is, and I don't get me wrong, I'm not a great bowler, but the HK22 is hit and miss on bowling balls.
What are you doing?
Like my Black Widows, they burn out. I've tried to revive them, they won't revive. And if you look at some of the reviews, other people have had the same issues with some of the HK22.
Yeah. That when I was on staff with Deviate, I didn't have as much problems with the HK22 like everybody else has. I don't know if it was just the way I rolled it or how it rolled, but there was some that I absolutely loved. There was a couple that I didn't care for, and it was hit or miss for me. But there's a lot of people that I talk to that are just like, nope, I can't stand the HK22, and why they keep putting it on everything. I'm like, well, you might not like it.
I was gonna say, I knew guys that were taking it out of the box. They would get it out of the box and they would immediately go to lane screen and resurface the whole thing and get it off there.
Yeah, see, whenever I got something that was polished that had HK22 on it, I had to hit it with 3,000 because I'd get so much over under, and I was like, I don't want over under. I want something consistent, and I would hit it with like 3,000 or 5,000 or something just to knock a little bit off of it, and it seemed to be fine. But there was a couple balls where I had to hit with 1,000 just to like completely take it all off and start over.
Yeah.
But the only thing I can say to the Mercy line that they got going, I've seen older people throw it. They're just basically up 10. I've seen one-hand no-thumbers throw it. I've seen really dominant thumb bowlers throw it, and I've also seen two-handers throw it. The ball is very adverse. You can play it almost anywhere in the lane. So that's what I like about it.
I mean, hell, Rudy Rubs was getting it to hook at the Bradley.
Yeah. Well, I think he was using it at the Bradley. Then the next day, that young kid that Quinn kid, I think he switched to one like that.
Yeah.
Or no, it wasn't Quinn. It was the other kid, the other PBA Brunswick guy from Middletown, Ohio. I can't remember his name. He had a Zero Mercy that he was
Yeah.
using.
Well, with guys sanding the balls to 180 and 220, they're all going to hook at your toes anyways.
Yeah.
Well, I try to tell some of them, a lot of the first block were using 180 grit. They were coming in with like 180 on the second block, and I'm like, man, you might want to put a little bit more surface than that. And them guys were throwing 180, and they were hooking all the way to the gutter.
Yeah. Yeah. I put 360 on my phase 2, and then I hit it with 500 right afterwards, and that was beautiful. I
Yeah.
couldn't go wrong with it.
Yeah.
But then when they went back to fresh, they had to take it right back down.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. When we bowled the B squad, I think I used too much surface. And then when we went into A squad, I'm like, I'm just going to repeat what I did for B squad. And Saturday night actually turned out really well for me.
Well, poor Rick McCormick, he went from first to 67 in one game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man.
That's how one game affected everything.
Yeah.
Holy.
And I don't think he threw bad. I think he threw a 175, and it just straight dropped him.
Well, I know one game that I saw him. I think it was Saturday night. He didn't look like he was too happy. He was on his phone, and I looked up at the score, and I think he was in like the 8th frame. He had like a 108, and I was like,
Yeah.
like yeah, and there was a lot of splits in that, and I was just like, welcome to the Bradley.
Yeah.
Sad thing is, he's a hell of a bowler. He's like an 800 consistent bowler. I mean,
Yeah.
Jerry, do you know Josh Lewis?
What's that?
You know Josh Lewis out of North Carolina?
I've heard of the name before.
He bowled the Bradley, and I still haven't talked to him yet. Him and I bowled the over-under doubles together for the PBA Regional in the South. We played together for a few years. But he qualified like 5th off his squad and took his check and left to go bowl the PTQ at Woodland for the U.S. Open. And I'm like, why would you do that?
Yeah, there was. I want to say there was 2 people that did that. There were some people that were like, there was 2 people that were like, oh, we're gonna go bowl the PTQ. We're not gonna come back. And I'm like, why would you do that?
Why would you come to this then? Just go bowl the PTQ. You just.
I would have stayed home. I would have stayed somewhere on Saturday and just rested.
It didn't make any sense to me. I'm like,
Yeah. I technically withdrew from the Bradley the weekend before, and Jason talked me into not. He was like, "Oh, don't do that, don't do that," and I was like, "Can't afford to lose any more money, man." Because then Iowa hurt me bad, and it hurt my mental game. It hurt like my knee, and he talked me out of withdrawing, and I went out there, and then I ended up bowling good, and I was like, "Well, thanks for not letting me withdraw."
I tell you, that Dawson, that kid's got a lot of potential.
Oh, Dawson's pretty cool out here. I mean, he won team trials, I think it was, or the U.S. Amateur, something like that.
Amateurs, I think.
Yeah, because Bryce Oliver won I think he won team trials, and then Dawson won the match play portion, which I think is U.S. Amateur. But Dawson is a very consistent bowler. He's a very, I don't want to say knowledgeable. He's knowledgeable in the sport, but like he can look at a ball and go, "Yep, I'm going to throw that one. That one's going to work well," and he'll go out and just make it look good. He bowls a lot of the stuff out here. He's been bowling a lot of my stuff because he goes to Whitewater, but like Waterloo and stuff like that, all these big tournaments that we have out here, he'll bowl, and he usually does pretty good.
A lot of people that were watching him like were the Himmlers fans from his following over the years.
Yeah.
They said, I have never seen someone with at that age know how to softly adjust their hand without making too big of dramatic changes. They're
Oh
like
yeah.
his his hand release is just so nice.
Yep.
It's so soft. It's so smooth, and
Yep.
that's all they kept congratulating him for.
Yeah, he could definitely get left and swing it with the best of them, and he can move right and fire it right up. I've seen him to where everybody was like standing way left, and he just went right and fired a ball like right up second arrow and just made it work.
I mean, playing your own line definitely helps.
Yeah,
You're gonna be able to stay in that line a lot longer than everybody else.
my biggest problem is I get comfortable in a ball, and if I'm hitting a pocket, I don't watch what the ball's doing, so I don't think to move or change, and then it ends up hurting me. And next thing you know, I'm starting out like 230, 220, and then all of a sudden I'm going 180, 190, and I'm going, well, damn this ball. Instead of going and grabbing something different, I'm just forcing that shot.
Yeah, I'm definitely guilty trying to force some shots, and I know that I've been even trying to get out of it this past week because this past week, 2 out of 3 leagues, I had at least 6 guys throwing the same line as me, and I really should have got out of that ball a lot earlier. But man, when you throw a 268, you're like, oh, I'm all right. And then then the next game, you're like, open. I'm like, oh my god, what a like train wreck of a game.
Yeah. We got a league. Our league on Monday nights. The first 15 weeks, they changed the pattern every week. And then now they let it go for like 7 or 8 weeks. Everybody got used to it. And now they're like, oh, we're going to change it again.
Yeah, right, exactly.
And it's like, why? Just leave it. Who cares if people are bowling good and being consistent? Let them bowl.
I just know I got a lot of work to do, and I'm just going to keep trying to do it.
Yeah.
I need to find a coach around here, maybe, that can get me to be more consistent in my approach. It's something in my steps that's causing everything. Because I'm hitting pocket 90% of the time. It's just leaving a 9, an 8, a 10, a 7, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. Then when frustration sets in, you pick up your spare ball, you're already frustrated, and you don't give a shit if you hit the damn pin or not. So it's just,
Yep.
it's a trickle effect from there is my issue.
Yep. I have that same issue.
Well, like at the one house we bowl at, they've got the old stacked islands where they got the, the round ball holders.
Yeah.
Them are fine because you can just rotate and grab your ball. At the other house, it's got the ones underneath the ball return, and them are a pain in the ass because you got to wait for the guy to bowl. You got to sneak in behind him, grab the ball, go all the way back. At that point, you just get frustrated and waiting, and then you're just like, oh, I just don't give a shit.
Yep.
What on average, what is your longest wait time on a bowler that is standing on the approach, ready to go before they throw the ball? What's the longest time that you've had to wait?
We've got one guy out here that probably stands up there for about 15, 20 seconds before he even takes his first step.
That's crazy.
There's
The only reason I asked is there's a guy and I timed him today, and it was like he was averaging 8 to 10 seconds, and I was like, oh my god.
there's one family out here. They're very good bowlers. They're very good people. Really awesome to talk to. They support my events and everything. I bowled in league with them, and I got to a point where I was like, if we bowl them again next time in the season, I'm not going to be here because we would start at 7. We wouldn't get done till like 11 o'clock.
I'm telling
And I'm
you.
like, I'm like, I can't do that. I got to be at work at 12 o'clock, and I got a 45-minute drive, and I want to take my 1 hour nap in my car before I go. So,
Look, I'm not going to say I'm the fastest. I definitely have a setup, but I even like today. I'm like, I'm going to get up there and I'm going to count till 8 to see if I can stay there for at least 8 seconds. I was ticked off at myself by 6. Then I'm like, just go.
we've got one league where the guy literally dances. We call him Littlefoot. He does like literally his feet like go back and forth for a good 8 to 10 seconds, and then he goes and takes the shot. We don't call him Littlefoot. We call him Happy Feet. Happy Feet is what we call him.
We have one out here. His name's Larry. We say don't be a Larry when you go to the approach.
Yep.
He grabs his ball, he sets his feet, he clicks his heels together 3 times. He grabs his elbow, he does it 3 times.
The wiggle.
He goes like this 3 times.
3 times.
And then he pauses for 3 seconds. And then he takes 3 steps and releases on the 3rd step every time. So everything's in 3s. So I think he's got OCD really bad. There's a guy that we bowled with a couple years ago. He would get up, get set, hold his ball, and then he would take 1 step, like 1 full step, and stop. And he would sit there for like another 3 seconds, and then he would go in a step. So you'd get up at this approach same time, and then like you'd take his first step, you'd get up there, and then you'd be like, oh shit, and then you'd jump back and get off the approach.
I would have to do that, yeah. As soon as he starts moving, yeah.
No,
I mean,
Richie, we're not talking about John Williams, and we're not talking about Justin North. At least 3 times a week. Look, y'all are getting old, and I'm running out of time. You got to pick this up. Let's go.
Yeah.
Bowling attorney, I seen you are getting ready to drill some bangers. Can't wait to see them videos.
All right, fellas, I'm gonna get going.
Yeah, we're rounding up on that time too.
Yeah, we're getting to that point for sure.
Yeah.
Appreciate you coming on, brother.
No problem.
Absolutely, guys.
Always a blast.
Can't thank you guys enough for stopping in tonight.
You're welcome.
Appreciate everyone that's popped in for the chat tonight.
Hey, did you see the post about Simonson today?
I didn't know.
Kevin Williams posted, and so did David Small. I guess Simonson's been working on the pin setters at the bowling alley, helping them get them like running.
I didn't see.
He's been tinkering with them. They're like he's not only is he the number 1 qualifier for the step ladder, but he's also the B mechanic, and he's standing there with the oil machine, and he's helping other bowlers and teaching them, and then he's also helping them clean the machines and stuff. And it's like that guy is Simonson is just like one of the.
Dude, that's awesome. Yeah, I love that dude.
He's one of the good ones.
Yeah, I think they called him part-time pro, full-time mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I saw that too.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
As always, guys, I really appreciate everybody, the likes, the shares, the gifts, the everything. Mark, we're going to have to get you back here so we can get you more in depth. Why the fuck is this off the table? It wasn't. Damn. Dog liked the chamois, I guess. I'm getting yelled at. The dog ate the chamois.
Oh no!
She's pissed.
Hey, isn't that Stitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, you better stitch that up.
Yeah, no. I better go buy a new one. I mean, wait till this thing ends. My ass is grass, probably. So you guys want to stay around a few more hours? No. But once again, I really appreciate you guys. You guys have a great night. Thank you for coming in. I'll have it up on YouTube probably by tomorrow morning.
All right.
All right, guys. Thanks again.
See you.
Talk to you.